in your tweet, what exactly did you mean by saying ecological violations can be addressed legally? Lynching large businesses is economic suicide.
See, if there are pollution violations in an industry, first of all, these violations can only happen simply because the government departments concerned with that aspect have not dealt with it properly for whatever reasons. So that is what needs to be taken up, and in case, even after proper handling, if there are violations, there must be a legal recourse in the country. We are an independent nation, this is our India, all right? This is our Bharat. This is not pre-47 situation, this is 21st century Bharat. So here, I believe that people should not go on street to solve problems. There must be other democratic process to handle this, and otherwise no other democratic process operates well, then there is a legal recourse and that's about it. For everything, if you start going on street, you're killing people, young people, 13 people dead. Is somebody going to bring them back by doing more protests and glorifying this? This is not going to happen. You have killed people on the street. You can say, who killed the people? That's not the point. The point is, we are creating situations again and again where young people keep dying. In Pune, somebody dies, in Tamil Nadu they die, in so many places, continuously it is happening simply because we are not conducting ourselves as an independent nation, which is a law-abiding nation. That is the most important thing. And above all, businesses, I was not even talking about Sterlite as a thing, whatever the Sterlite issue, the government can look at it, but instead of looking at it so emotionally, if we look at it sensibly for any business, we are trying to make this nation into a nation where everybody can benefit, and 400 million people who have not eaten properly, they can eat in this generation, not in the next. In this generation, if this has to happen, economic progress needs to happen. If we keep closing down business after business because we find something wrong with it, what is wrong must be addressed. For a thorn in your foot, you can't amputate your foot. That's what we are doing. There is a problem.
The Supreme Court…
Tell me, please.
A few years ago, the Supreme Court had fined Sterlite 100 crore rupees. The government in its wisdom has found the plant to be violating many environmental norms which have a major health impact on the people living around it. Are you tacitly asking for the reopening of the plant through your tweet? Actors like Siddharth have strongly objected to, saying this is not the time to talk about the uses of copper. We should address the police firing and the killings that happened there.
I have not asked anybody to open any plant. I am saying, why is not the government departments taking care that this pollution doesn't happen? And if it did happen, you have fined them and you want to close it down, you close it down, or you see how to treat this pollution, whichever way. The important thing is people should benefit from the business. The businesses are not created to destroy people's lives. But what I'm talking about is 13 young people are dead. Now you can blame somebody. All I'm saying is we are creating a situation where we are trying to solve our nation's problems on the street. Because of that, people are dying. So this must go absolutely. So when I said, by lynching businesses, you are affecting the economy of the nation, for sure it is true. Who can deny that? About a specific event like Sterlite, it is in the wisdom of the court to decide that if they have decided to close it down, they close it down. It's perfectly fine with me. What have I got to do with Sterlite? And at the same time, someone else made some other comment and they're mixing me with that. That's not the point. The important thing is this, in our nation, because this is our country, this is not an occupied nation, this is our country, we must sort out our problems democratically or legally, not on the street. This must go as a culture.
So you're not asking for the reopening of the plant at all?
I never did that, I don't know who made it up
Because your statement is seen as a tacit attempt or a plea to open the plant.
I have not said anything about opening any plant, and I was not even talking about Sterlite per se. Sterlite was brought up by somebody. I was saying essentially in the last 2 years, not only in Tamil Nadu, in various parts of the country, many major businesses have been closed down because somebody protests. Who is going to invest in this country if we keep on doing this? So before giving sanctions for such a plant, should we not have looked at the pollution aspects of it, whether we want it or not want it? Why do we allow them to invest and then close it down? Why couldn't we just tell them we don't want this plant?
Right. What is your message for Vedanta groups, sir? The government says they have found major violations. The local communities say they suffer from health-related issues, including respiratory problems and cancer.
See, for an industry, one thing is it serves the nation, another thing is they're making profit. So it is for the lawmaking and the policy makers to decide whether this is worthwhile enough to have. Why should we ask Vedanta whether it's worthwhile enough? It's a business, they try to make profit, we should not even ask them. The laws in the land must decide whether we want this or we don't want this. Why should we even ask Vedanta? It's not for them to decide, it's for us to decide. But I'm saying these decisions must be taken properly, not after investment. Before investment, we must take it. Now this disaster has happened, so I made a comment saying that let us stop this mode of operation, because this spreads around the world and nobody will want to invest in our country. That should not happen. Is this in the interest of the interest and well-being of the people of this nation? Definitely not.
Two spiritual gurus, you and Ramdev, are simultaneously backing…
Not…
Look at this as corporates being backed by you. How do you respond to that?
That's unfortunate. I did not have any contact with Baba Ramdev in saying this. I was asked a question by a television anchor and I said that. And unfortunately, the timing that Baba Ramdev said something similar, but he was talking specifically about Vedanta, I was not talking specifically. I was only saying this mode of operation is going to hurt the nation. I have nothing to do with any particular industry or corporate, but it is just that I think I made that very clear in my tweet. It is not about a particular corporation or a political party or anything. This is about our country. We have to change the way we sort out our problems. This is very important.
Right. And how do you see the way the Tamil Nadu police and the Tamil Nadu government handled this protest in Tuticorin? The police firing, 12 people were killed in the police firing, totally 13 people lost their lives.
I really do not know the details of this situation. I'm sure there must be some kind of investigation about this. So, it's not for me to comment because I do not know. All I saw was, I saw pictures, I was not in the country, I saw pictures on the television channels where buses are burning, vehicles are burning, people are running all over the place. Why is this happening to our country still? That's what bothered me. Why are we still living like this as if we are ruled by somebody else? Why isn't there a proper way of doing this and then 13 young people die? You can glorify it as much as you want, but people have died and people have died, that's all the fact is. It's very unfortunate that such a thing has happened, but there must be a proper investigation as to who botched up the whole situation, why couldn't it be managed peacefully. I do not know the details of it, so I wouldn't like to make a comment on that.
Lastly, you first tweeted and then you sent two more tweets clarifying that you didn't mean Sterlite, and you also came down heavy on the way the people were brought to the streets and many got killed. Was there a kind of a second thought in your mind which made you make a U-turn of thought?
No, there is no U-turn at all. I'm continuing the same thing. There's one more tweet, I think, which has gone out just now, you can see it. There is no U-turn, I'm still saying the same thing. Even to the NDTV, I'm saying the same thing. I'm just saying, before any industry starts, let's figure out whether we want such an industry in our land or not, in our state and in our country or not. Once we made the decision, if in case we find we've made a mistake, let us see how to fix it by laws. If it doesn't work, by legal recourse. This is how the progress of any problem should be handled, the solution for any problem should be handled. Every time, because nobody responds to anything, people come on the street. When people come on the street, things go out of control for whatever reasons, and all you have is loss of life and property.